Welcome to the 2082 Kramenka Industries Strategic Procurement Expo, providing you with friendly solutions for an unfriendly world. We're honored by your presence today. A huge thank you to our sponsors at BDF Stratcom and the PALA Militia. You can check out both of their merch at the gift shop. Today, we're proud to present a lineup of current and next-generation aerospace platforms, all of which have been battle-tested and mission-certified. Built for peace, priced for war. Today, we'll be exploring solutions for counterinsurgency, training and light attack, covert assault, air superiority, rapid response, heavy gunship support, multi-role versatility, electronic warfare, and strategic deterrence. Whether you're reinforcing borders or redefining them, neutralizing insurgencies or staging one yourself, we have the platform to meet your operational profile. No matter your alignment or your goals, you'll always have us as friends at Kramenka, because good friends don't judge. Whoever you're flying for, your friends at Kramenka will always be right behind you. Let's take a closer look. Before we get into our aircraft, you should know that this section down here indicates the aircraft's designated launch and landing facilities, be it hangars, carriers, helipads, or a combination of the three. The section on the right indicates our recommended loadout for the aircraft, with missiles representing air-to-air, bombs representing air-to-ground, and the question mark indicating more exotic ordnance like jammers or troop modules. An unused space means that the plane is multi-role, and it's up to the pilot to decide what works best. First up is the CL22 Cricket, an entry-level turboprop beloved by forward squadrons for counterinsurgency operations. Not fast, not high-flying, but its engine always starts, even after a week covered in mud on a dirt strip. The Cricket features robust landing gear, allowing it to take off from unprepared or improvised runways, or even large agricultural fields. In terms of weapons, the Cricket carries twin 50 cals for strafing runs and wing pylons for rocket pods, ATGMs, or guided bombs. If you anticipate enemy air threats, optional ECM pods keep the Cricket safe from radar-guided missiles, while your own heat-seeking missiles force the enemy to think twice. Load light for endurance, heavy for ground attack, it doesn't matter. Either way, you'll be sipping fuel while the pricier jets are queuing for the tanker. Admittedly, the built-in sensor suite is bare bones. Your eyeballs and the map are mission critical. Your pilots will need to learn to fly it by feel, trim, and often sheer stubbornness. The Cricket is built for ground attack in a low-intensity environment, orbiting convoys, picking off targets, and then vanishing behind the tree line. Soft-skin vehicles, SAM launchers, all is fair to an experienced Cricket pilot. Don't get into dogfights though, your turn circle is remarkable, your top speed is not. But master the Cricket and you master the basics of air combat: energy management, terrain masking, and throttle finesse. Graduate with scars on the paint and a grin that no one can wipe off. The Compass is an advanced jet trainer that is well suited to bringing your conscripts up to speed quickly. Kramenka engineers ran some operational tests with this model and, surprise surprise, the damn thing holds well as a light multi-role platform. It's fast enough, nimble under pressure, and most importantly, inexpensive and easy to procure. Slot in some radar-guided missiles and heat seekers, and you got yourself a capable dogfighter. Fire them in quick succession, radar first, IR second, and then you give your enemy a nasty split-second dilemma: notch or flare, but there might not be enough time for both. For ground attack, the Compass can fit up to 8 ATGMs in a multi-role configuration, and 14 in a ground attack configuration, making the Compass a deadly ground attack bird in the right hands. You're light and you'll bleed speed fast in a turn without an afterburner, but that makes it great for nap of the earth flying. Keep it aggressive, but don't stray too far from friendly forces. It's not flashy and it's certainly not new, but it can be deadly in the hands of someone like you who knows what to do. Next up is the Chicane, a stealthy attack helicopter designed to strike hard and disappear before taking return fire. The Chicane retains the traditional attack helo configuration while incorporating cutting-edge stealth technology, keeping this model competitive well into the late 21st century. Loadouts focus on guided munitions for ground attack. Your primary setup includes a chin-mounted autocannon turret, precision anti-armor missiles, and guided rocket pods, perfect for disabling high-value targets like armored vehicles or fortified positions. You can equip short-range heat seekers and ECM pods to defend yourself against aerial threats, but don't try to get yourself into dogfights. If a dogfight is inevitable, we included a blade ejection system so that you can safely eject from your burning bird without cutting your head off. If you're flying the Chicane, the mission is clear: hit hard, hit fast, and vanish behind radar cover without a trace. If you're lucky or skilled enough, the enemy might not even know what hit them. This is the Revoker, the spearhead of our air dominance efforts. The Revoker's job is to control the skies and neutralize threats before they threaten friendly forces. It may be on the older side of our fleet, but trust me, this bird is far from obsolete. Designed for speed, maneuverability, and raw firepower above all else, the Revoker excels at high-speed intercepts and close-quarters dogfights. Thanks to its thrust vectoring technology, the Revoker is capable of extreme maneuvers at almost any speed, high and low alike. Much of the Revoker's ordnance can be stored internally to reduce drag, allowing for high supersonic flight and low atmo, even while carrying a heavy payload. Your primary loadout focuses on air-to-air combat, radar-guided missiles paired with heat seekers, plus an internal cannon for when things get up close and personal. A secondary configuration can include glide bombs or ATGMs to suppress enemy air defenses, though that's a specialized role rather than the Revoker's core strength, and we don't really recommend it if there are better options on the table. In the cockpit, expect razor-sharp responsiveness and high G performance. The Revoker thrives in vertical maneuvers and turn fights where speed and precision dictate survival. Maintain situational awareness and manage your insane energy perfectly. The moment you lose it, you give an opponent an opening. The Revoker is a deadly bird of prey, fast, lethal, and unrelenting. When you fly the Revoker, you're the ace-up command sleeve, the shield for your wingman, and the sword that slices the enemy's arms off. The Vortex is our brand new VTOL stealth fighter, designed to operate from tight spaces where traditional fighters can't go. We intended for the Vortex to eventually replace the aging Revoker fleets, though it would seem our top customers have different priorities at the moment, so we don't expect this to happen anytime soon. The Vortex is compact and highly advanced, making it significantly more flexible than the Revoker, able to operate out of our Annex-class assault ships and improvise runways with ease. With full vertical takeoff and landing capability, the Vortex can get into the air and onto the ground significantly faster than most aircraft, allowing it to fill a rapid reaction role, scrambling to defend Allied bases at a moment's notice. The Vortex features two main loadouts. The air-to-air package features a mixture of radar-guided missiles and heat seekers, backed by advanced onboard radar systems for targeting and engagement. All weapons can be stored internally, keeping the Vortex's radar signature around the same size as a baseball. This setup allows you to hold your own against enemy fighters and remain hidden from all but the most sophisticated radar systems. Conversely, surface attack loadouts feature anti-ship or anti-ground missiles, or the new Tusco high-velocity missile. Integrated terrain avoidance targeting systems help you strike with precision, even while maneuvering in complex environments or launching from well behind obstacles or beyond visual range. Regardless of your loadout, please keep in mind that the heavier loadouts will demand the use of your wing pylons, entirely nullifying your stealth advantage. The wing pylons are best used for long-range ordnance which you fire off early, allowing you to regain your stealth characteristics once the racks have been emptied. The Vortex's flight characteristics demand discipline. Hovering and slow flight make you a tempting target, so use your VTOL capabilities wisely. Strike fast, relocate, and avoid lingering. Remember that you're a stealth fighter, so live up to that designation. The Tarantula is a flying fortress with the lifting capacity of a small army and the firepower to back them up from the air all on its own. Often referred to as a dropship by pilots and infantry alike, this quad tilt-rotor beast serves as both a heavy-lift transport and a gunship, designed to support a variety of complex operations. Infantry have noted that the Tarantula's survivability is often beyond belief. Titanium vanadium skin keeps the crew and passengers safe from ground fire, while its four massive prop rotors are linked by internal drive shafts. This allows the Tarantula to still take off and land vertically with an engine shot off, and still limp back to a runway even with up to 3 missing engines. There are 2 primary roles to be found here. The transporter role is modular. Light armored vehicles, tanks, and critical supplies all fit inside her cavernous cargo bay, so long as it's under like 20 tons or so. You may also choose to forego the vehicles in favor of twin thermobaric demolition bombs for battlespace remodeling. Despite her size, she can hover and deliver payloads exactly where needed down to the centimeter, even on aircraft carrier decks or deep within contested zones. A computer-controlled chin-mounted minigun turret and twin autocannon pods can turn a hot LZ into a cold one in just seconds and with no input from the pilot. In gunship mode, she's armed with a guided 76mm autocannon that fires guided rounds to ranges exceeding 15 kilometers, plus a keel-mounted missile pod for area suppression and anti-armor strikes. Cheek pylons can mount ECM pods or heat seekers, useful for defensive purposes against stray aircraft. This setup lets the Tarantula lay down withering fire and suppress enemy positions while moving fast, slow, or even hovering. She's slow and lumbering compared to fixed-wing aircraft, but heavily armored and surprisingly stable in flight. You'll want fighter cover when the sky isn't clear, plan your routes in advance, and ECM support is a must to keep those missile threats at bay. While the Tarantula certainly doesn't win dogfights, it does win wars by being an unstoppable force both on the ground and in the air. Deploy her smart, and tip the scales in your favor. The Ifrit is the jack-of-all-trades heavy multi-role fighter. It's versatile, dependable, and configurable for any number of mission profiles with equal competency. Decent stealth characteristics, powerful afterburners, and a massive selection of weapons. In any situation, the Ifrit is ready for whatever mission profile that you're handed. While fully compatible with most airfields, the Ifrit is designed to operate out of our signature Hyperion-class fleet carrier, one of the very few aircraft carriers designed and built exclusively for an export market. Hyperions are sold separately, and you can pick one up in the gift shop. Flight characteristics are solid but not flashy. You won't outturn a dedicated air superiority fighter, but you'll never be outmatched in mission flexibility. The Ifrit excels at adapting mid-mission, escorting bombers, striking targets, and then pivoting to defensive roles without even changing aircraft. Don't fight with your speed and maneuverability, fight with your overwhelming array of missiles, and saturate the battle space with more missiles than the enemy pilot has brain cells. Once you've cleared the skies, simply switch to your ground attack configuration and fire your bunker buster bombs and anti-ship missiles at whatever surface targets that you deem worthy. If you need an aircraft that keeps you airborne, mission-ready, and adaptable, the Ifrit will always be your best bet. Get 5 entirely for free with the purchase of a Hyperion-class carrier. The Medusa isn't here to pull any triggers, it's here to make sure that your enemies can't. This platform is built from the ground up for electronic warfare and battlespace coordination. With a full suite of precision radar systems, jamming pods, and harm missiles, the Medusa can reshape the battlefield before the first shot can even be fired. The Medusa's hybrid rotodome can triangulate the enemy's position from up to 50 kilometers away and transmit live location data using the dome's phased array component. Wing pylons can fit jamming pods that both jam the target's radar and comm array, preventing both target locks and data link synchronization. In other words, point the jammer at the desired enemy and they become both blind and deaf. In escort loadout, you'll fly alongside strike packages, projecting jamming fields that break radar locks, scramble targeting pods, and degrade enemy communications. Enemy radars won't find you, and guided missiles will veer off harmlessly into the dirt. But remember, you're not invincible. Your best defense is never being targeted in the first place. You do have a solid-state laser weapon for self-defense against missiles, or to defend friendlies, but it will only work at ranges under 10 kilometers, so use it carefully. Fly the Medusa right, and you can single-handedly turn the tide of the entire engagement. Lastly, the Darkreach isn't even here to fight wars, it's here to end them. This strategic bomber is engineered for long-range operations and heavy payload delivery, capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear weapons. It flies low and under the radar, literally, with advanced terrain-following sensors and a blended wing body design that minimizes its radar profile. The Darkreach can thread valleys and coastlines to reach hardened targets deep behind enemy lines. The most common loadout includes guided bunker buster bombs, anti-ship missiles with programmable flight paths, or huge quantities of the new Tusco quasi-ballistic missiles. However, when authorized, the Darkreach can carry tactical nuclear ordnance, such as the ALND and the Piledriver TBM, which can be launched from the safety of your own borders and SAM networks. Stay low, silent, and strike with surgical precision. Your success isn't measured by the volume of return fire, but rather by the deafening silence as your payload bay doors swing closed. When this aircraft returns to the landing strip, the terrain behind it isn't the same, so use it wisely. It's not just a bomber, it's a geopolitical message forged in fire, rewriting the course of history with the swing of its bomb bay doors. This concludes today's demonstration, and on behalf of Kramenka Industries, thank you all for joining us today. Your trust is what powers every innovation we bring to the battle space. A special thanks to Emily from Kramenka Good Guys, our private military division, for piloting every aircraft featured in today's presentation. You can get her autograph here. Rest assured that the people in her bomb sites were all bad guys. As global conditions continue to evolve and escalate, we recognize that well-equipped security forces are quickly becoming the flat price of freedom. That is why we'll continue to develop cutting-edge solutions for as long as you need them. For in this turbulent world, your friends at Kramenka will always be here to make sure that you're on the winning side. Enjoy the Expo.